Okay, what is going on with my camera? Is this the lighting or what? Anyway, we are at Brunch Snob, waiting to be seated. We're second in line, so who knows how much longer it'll be, but the menu looks good. I'm very excited, y'all. I don't remember if I said this. I was 131 this morning, which is an amazing post-show weigh-in for me. So I woke up yesterday 128. Today 131. Like, normally my post-show is 7 to 10 pounds heavier. Is this? Sorry, my camera like got something on it, so I can't tell if it's like if I still have stuff on my camera or if it's just weird lighting. Anyway, I literally normally am 7 to 10 pounds heavier the next day because I just go insane. I eat 10 cookies, I have 4 drinks, I eat everything. So here's what I ate yesterday. As soon as I got off stage, I had a few bites of that cookie, pounded water, obviously. In between the show, I had not a full pack of ramen. I made the bowl and then I ate probably a little more than half of it. And then I also had watermelon. I had a couple bites of a protein bar. And then I had a meal, like we had the meal prep that I told you all delivered. I had all the steak and all the tilapia in that. So that's probably like a total of 5 ounces of protein, maybe six, and then like half the rice. That's what I ate pretty much right before I competed. Obviously an energy drink. Right after I competed, I had, what did we have last night? So I had 2 margaritas with Shantae. I had like a little ice cream and brownie thing. And then I had a slice of pizza and 2 wings. And that's it, which for me, post-show, like my entire show day, I did not go super, oh, and I finished the cookie. I finished that criminal cookie. This morning I had a slice of pizza, I had 2 wings. And I think that's it. I knew I was coming here to brunch, so I wasn't like, I was just trying to not be starving when I got to brunch. I'm obviously gonna like indulge in brunch. But no matter what I do, because I'm not doing Anaheim. I can't be convinced. The only way I would do Anaheim is if Taylor said she's not going. I'm not doing Anaheim. It is tempting to go get second place because I think that I could get second place. It's tempting to go get second place, give $1,000. But I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to. I could be convinced to do Chattanooga. I've already talked about this. So all that to say is, I don't know what I'm doing. I know that I'm not staying in prep right now, but I also know that there's a good chance I come back to bodybuilding sooner than I thought. So, and even if I don't, to be honest, I don't want to gain 10 pounds in a week, in a day, like I normally do. It's hard to manage that. Your joints feel tired, your body feels tired, like everything is hard. You don't feel good, your digestion is messed up. So I am definitely going to do a better job of structuring my reverse, actually following the plan that Ruben gives me. Last year, I kind of followed it, but then I just didn't care that much. But if I want to be better, I have to build muscle. And if I got to build muscle, if I'm going to build muscle, I'm going to have to gain weight.
50 pounds.
So if I have to already gain weight to gain muscle, I don't also want to gain 20 pounds of fat so that my prep is still really hard. I still want to have a good prep. So anyway, all that to say, I'm going to do better on my reverse. I'm just going to enjoy today, not thinking about bodybuilding. My priority now is getting Ruben to the Olympia because he has what it takes to be in the top 10. He's never made it to the final stage. As we've talked about before a little bit, the Olympia is always Ruben's worst look of the season because by then he's tired and he's over it. But he's not coaching me. I mean, he's coaching me, but you know what I mean. Like, he's not focused on me. He's been focused on me. So it's time for us to focus on him for these last 7 weeks till the Olympia because he's getting on that final stage. I believe that's going to happen for him. And I believe he could be in the top 5. And, like, I know this is obviously about my prep, but I told Shantae, like, Emmanuel was 4th in the world last year. He won the Arnold. Ruben has beaten Emmanuel. And, like, Ruben, you have what it takes to beat him. And not just him, just anyone. But that's what we're focusing on. At least for me, I'm focusing on Ruben getting to the Olympia. Hi.
Getting to the Olympia. Hold on. I'm going to the Olympia. But we was focused on top 10 and top 15. And you always got to dream big, because most of the time you don't hit your dream. So dream bigger than what you're capable of. So if you come up short, you still triumph. I'm coming to win. I'm not coming for 10th, 15th, 5th, 3rd, 2nd. I'm coming for first place. So Ryan Terry and whoever else
can get these nuts.
These.
Okay, so we're driving home. I have not been on YouTube because I still have a cough. I got something. Anyway, I got Carl's Jr. Listen, I wanted a famous star, which is the Carl's Jr. version of, I don't know, the Quarter Pounder, the whatever Burger King's is, the Whopper. But I got a grilled chicken sandwich. I did not get fries. I went to the gas station and got pineapple, but don't let me play you. I also got a fast break. I'd rather have a fast break than fries. And I got myself a Dr. Pepper Zero. So we're about a couple hours out from home. Hold on. Okay, as I was saying, we're about a couple hours out from home. There's nothing really to write home about. Oh my gosh, my voice, my throat. Nothing really to write home about. There is lots of noise. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't mean I don't know. There's just lots of noise about what's next, right? But everybody loves asking people what's next, like the moment they're done with one thing. I've heard Aurelia talk about this. Simone Biles talked about this. A lot of people want me to keep pushing. You're so close, you're so close, you're so close. And I am close, right? I already discussed how I feel about doing Anaheim. Now, I will say, I reran some numbers because one thing about me, I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet. The numbers that I previously came up with were raw, they were inaccurate, so there is a higher likelihood of me being able to win that show, but it's still pretty low. Anyway, but Ruben's thing is like, you could win, and you definitely will win money. At the worst, you're going to come away with another check, unless something crazy just happens. So again, I know I've discussed this so many times, but I think the reason I want to keep discussing it is because those of you who compete, especially if you are someone who is, I don't want this to sound shady at all. If you're someone who is competitive, and I don't mean competitive in spirit, I mean competitive in rankings, right? Some people compete because they like competing and they want to put on a show and they like challenging themselves and they like this. But some people are competitive. When they show up, you're like, oh, this person is there and they're a contender. So I just mean especially for people who are contenders, it's like, well, what are you going to do next? Like, you're so close. You can do it. So there's a lot of that. So, okay, sorry. I got a little bit distracted with that sidebar. People who are competitors, after each show, you have this wave of should I do another one? Should I not do another one? Like, if you're competing for fun, obviously we all want to do well, but early in my career, I was just competing to compete. I was competing because I like competing. I wasn't competing because I thought I was going to win anything. Of course, I would love to win stuff, right? But you don't really have questions about what your season looks like. You're like, these are the shows I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. And as much as I wanted to say that about my season, I'm going to do Van, and that's what I'm doing. It's like you get close, and you're like, okay, well, shit. Maybe I'm going to do Arizona, and that'll be it. And then you get so close, you're like, okay, well, shit. Maybe I'm going to do Titans. It's like, if I wasn't at all thinking about my rankings or trying to rank up, I would just be like, these are the shows I'm doing. This is my schedule, and I'm moving on with my life after that schedule is done. So anyway, all that to say is that's why I'm documenting this same conversation over and over again as the hours pass by, because right after your show, you have one feeling about it. And then a couple hours later, you have another feeling about it. And then you wake up the next day and you have another feeling about it. And then you have a couple days off of your diet and you have another feeling about it. And it's like the feeling changes. Feelings are fleeting, which is why we can't base these things on our feelings. Taylor told me I run numbers too much. She wants me to do Anaheim. And I said, no, not while you're going. I'm going to lose. And it's so funny. Taylor's so sweet because she's like, you don't know that. And I'm like, Taylor, you're second in the world and you're going to be there. I'm pretty sure I know that. But she's still like, just come on. You have an amazing routine. I'm like, Taylor, I'm not going to beat you. Anyway, she told me I run numbers too much, but ultimately it is a numbers game. So anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to check in. About to eat my grilled chicken sandwich from Carl's Jr. That's not a famous star with cheese, which is what I really wanted, but I'm just trying to be reasonable. I'm trying to be reasonable, y'all. Sorry, Shantae. She doesn't like when people eat on YouTube or something. Anyway, that's today's feelings. Okay, I don't know where we are in the vlog right now because show day was yesterday. I'm editing my show day vlog, but I have been filming clips all day today. I just don't know if I'm deleting them or if I'm putting them in my next video or if they're in show. I don't know. So, neither here nor there. What is here and there is the slap trap. Shantae had a bone to pick with me that the last time I featured the slap trap, she's like, you time-lapsed it, and it was so fast, there was no music, there was no sound. If somebody wasn't watching, they would have missed it. So I'm gonna be giving the slap trap its deserved free advertisement. Okay? So everybody wears these, right? Like this. And then she said, then when you featured it with Ruben, you only showed the sweat belt, which is not even, it's not the slap trap. It's not the thing. So if you are someone who wears sweat belts and you do cardio, you need to get the Term Fit one because this is the patented product. So we used to wear these things and I would steal towels from Lifetime, okay? I would take it off, I would get the little towel from Lifetime, and I would do exactly what I'm about to do, except this is better. First I'll do the sweat. Okay. So you have your sweaty thing. What I would do is either leave it like this in my car and let it get air dried, or I would steal a towel from Lifetime. I'd get a towel, I'd put it in there. But with the slap trap, first off, it doesn't get like musty like the towels, and also you don't have to steal it from the gym. So you have this thing, you put it on top of your sweat belt, and it absorbs the sweat, and you roll it up, and it dries quickly, and it doesn't get moldy or mildewy or stinky. It dries your sweat belt. Term Fit, patented product, slap trap. Visit her website, okay? I don't have a discount code for you. I didn't even have a discount code to buy this thing. Although if you watch her video, you already know she did offer me one, but I let it expire because I am irresponsible. And I forgot. And then by the time I remembered, I was like, you know what, Andrea, you don't need a discount code. Because when you really support your friends, you don't ask them for discounts. You pay full price because you know they're full value. So don't ask me for a discount code because I don't have one. I don't get commission. I'm just here supporting a friend, trying to lose the water weight. So we are finding powerlifting maxes today. Good thing I ate. Well, it doesn't matter that I ate because Ruben got me these Oreo overnight oats. These are delicious. They're by Meals by Mel, which is like a local meal prep company. Her food is really good. 49 carb, 20 protein, 9 fat, and it straight up tastes like Oreo. It's delicious. I only had a few bites of it though because I don't like feeling like my stomach is full when I work out. So I had like almost half of it, not just a few bites. Plus I did eat before this, but anyway, we're maxed out on squat, bench, and deadlift. So I'm pretty excited to get back into like powerlifting style. I mean, it's power building because obviously I'm going to be lifting for powerlifting to get strong, put up high numbers, but we're also still trying to prioritize building my upper body. So specifically back and shoulders. So it's a fun little hybrid style of training. I really like the powerlifting stuff that we did before. I just like having tangible results compared to bodybuilding, which is, so subjective. Powerlifting is like, you either do it or you don't. You lift the weight or you don't lift the weight. You got stronger or you didn't get stronger. So I'm excited to shift my mindset a little bit to mass title and just lifting heavy as hell. Because lifting heavy, it's like crazy to me that so many women, like especially as I'm training, like don't want to lift heavy weights. And I'm like, I don't feel like more of a badass than when I am lifting heavy. Like I don't want to get bulky. I'm like, you guys, I'm heavier than all of you, and I'm not bulky. I wish I was bulky, so these people would stop telling me to build more muscles. Like, if you were going to get bulky, don't you think it would have happened by now? We all would have been bulky by now. I always tell people, like, why do you think that bodybuilders use performance-enhancing drugs? Because it's not easy to just build muscle like that. That's why the nasty natties, we got to kill ourselves in the gym trying to build some muscles. You're not going to get bulky because you do bicep curls with a 17.5-pound dumbbell. I'm over here fighting for my life with the 25s and 30s and still don't have big enough muscles. So anyway, that's my rant. Time to squat. First song that came on my Pandora, Crime Mob Radio. Not Give You Buck today. BIP gas tank on E, but all drinks on me. Wipe me down. Y'all, that was a nightmare. We got maxes for my squat and my bench for powerlifting. How do I only have 19 minutes left? Oh, because my YouTube video saved. New maxes. Oh, wrong lane. For my squat and my bench. I don't know how many times I've said it on the vlog. I know that everybody at Burn Boot Camp knows. I hate leg day. I hate squatting. I hate everything about it. So getting maxes on squats is just a drag. It's a drag. Especially because the way that powerlifters warm up and the way that Ruben wants me to warm up for powerlifting, it's like a million warm-up sets. I'm like, I'm warm. I'm actually tired now. So whatever my max is, it's not actually my max because I'm tired. I'm exhausted because I've done 14 sets. We did not do that for bench though. But it was like, do 15 reps of the bar, then put a 25-pound on. And do 3 reps, then add 10 pounds, do 3 reps, add 10 I can't do this in 10-pound increments. Just get me up to my max, which is what he did, because I told him, like, okay, like, just tell me the number, because I'm warm, trust me. But it's just, like, it's so exhausting. But at the same time, like, when you're doing big numbers like that, you kind of have to do that, because if you don't slowly increase, I can't just go from the bar to my max, or even, like, I went up to 175 today. Even if I would have gone from 135 to 175, I probably would have struggled on that 175 because you have to like feel what that weight feels like on your back. So there is a method to it. That doesn't mean that I still don't like it. Like I'm still going to complain about it, but that doesn't mean that it's it. Just because I'm complaining about it doesn't mean it's right, or doesn't mean it's not right. Because again, you have to feel the weight. Like when you deadlift, same thing. When I'm deadlifting, I don't want to be doing 25-pound increases. But at the same time, if I try to go from 135 to 195 to 225, like I'm going to be like, I can't move this weight. Like you have to feel the weight. Anyway, did that. Bench felt strong. I think I just did 135, but I did it for 4 reps. I could have gone heavier. 135 was moving easy. That's why I did 4 reps. But I also am just tired. And I was just like, this is just what I'm going to do. And Ruben said, okay, do an AMRAP with this instead of going heavier. Then we did a few other exercises, chest fly, which nearly killed me. It was like a plate-loaded chest fly, plate-loaded chest or shoulder press. And then I did a hack squat, which I kind of like hack squat. As much as I hate leg exercise, I kind of like the hack squat. But then the school called. Reagan's in the nurse's office. She has some sort of rash or something, hives. They're like, she's scratching herself. I was like, well, she doesn't have eczema. But they're like, it's bumps. Like, it's not what eczema typically looks like. So I was like, well, I'm on my way. But at this point, like, school's over in 15 minutes, so I'm still going to be in school traffic. But they're like, we'll keep her in the nurse's office or in the health office. They didn't call it the nurse's office. I don't know if maybe it's not a nurse. Either way, I'm going to pick up Reagan. I desperately hope that she wants a nap. She went to bed late last night, then had to wake up early for gymnastics and then to go to school. So I'm hoping that your girl is tired and wants to take a nap, because guess who is tired and wants to take a nap? So pray for me, y'all. All of that was me trying not to cough. It's almost like a dry heave. I did that for 15 minutes straight on the treadmill today, just like Trying not to cough. Anyway, I'm at Kaiser, literally still in the parking lot from picking up my drugs. I thought I was going to get amoxicillin. I got something else. They don't think it's bacterial. They think it's viral. Y'all, this is crazy. I can't vlog this week if this is... How am I supposed to train? Anyway, cough suppressant, an inhaler, which I'm literally about to puff right now. I've never used an inhaler before. Interesting. I'm going to fail a drug test at Ben Weider Naturals because I'm taking albuterol. This is a banned substance in bodybuilding. I don't even know how to take an inhaler. She said, give it a good shake. I've like watched people on TV, like in movies, take inhalers. Give it a good shake. And then I'm terrified. This is wild. I've taken like a nasal spray. Is it yucky? Like, does it taste nasty? Why am I still shaking it? Like, that's gonna make, I hope it tastes like oranges or something. I'm terrified. I'm scared. Why am I so scared of this? This must be how Reagan feels when I try to give her eye drops. Nothing happened. Okay. I think that was my chew. Okay. It wasn't yucky. Anyway, I'm gonna do it again when I get home. What was I gonna say? Oh, I know what I was gonna say, y'all. It feels great to have health insurance again. Let me tell you, we are using and abusing this insurance. First of all, Reagan got her vaccines updated for school. Second of all, when she had pink eye, it didn't cost us $1 billion to get her treated. When she had like a little skin thing going on, we could actually get her treated. We've done like 3 e-visits with Reagan. And this is my second e-visit because I did one when I had a mole on my back. I thought I had skin cancer. I don't have to pay copays for these e-visits. Like when I call, if I do a call or like a video chat, or like with my mole, I just like sent pictures to them. Same thing with Reagan's skin thing. I could just send pictures. It's free $99. There's not even a copay. And y'all, the drugs are affordable. Like, it's actually crazy to me. And now I'm going all the way sideways that people don't want universal health care. Like, the amount of money that we spent on medical care when we were uninsured is asinine. When Reagan got stitches in her mouth, which I don't know if I ever talked about that on this vlog, because I don't know when that was, like during my season. Like, I don't know if I was doing prep vlogs at the time. Reagan had to get stitches like this year. It wasn't that long ago. That ER bill was almost $2,000 for my child to get stitches. Well, I wasn't going to not take her. On top of that, we first went to urgent care because everyone says, like, don't go to the ER unless, like, don't go to the ER for something you can go to urgent care for. So we went to urgent care first, spent $200. Then they were like, sorry, we can't do mouth stitches, so you have to go to the ER. So we paid for urgent care, paid thousands of dollars for ER. I know that at least one time, my mom has taken Reagan to urgent care. We've taken her to urgent care for each thousands of dollars in basic medical care because we didn't have insurance. And now it's just like, it's so interesting. People always talk about like money can't buy you happiness. Money can absolutely buy you happiness. You want to know why? Because money can buy you the comfort of knowing that if something's wrong with you or you have a medical condition, you can just go seek care. I've had this cough for 2 weeks, and if I didn't have insurance, how much longer was I going to go without care? Because I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars. Anyway, I think it is incredibly selfish to not believe that every single person should have equal access to medical care. Infrastructure aside, taxes aside, we already pay taxes on things. Oh, why should I have to pay for other people? Do you have kids in elementary school? Your taxes pay for public schools? Has your house ever burned down? Your taxes pay for the fire department? Have the police ever come to save you from being robbed? Your taxes pay for the police department. Your taxes already pay for things that you're not necessarily using because it's for the greater good. Anyway. Let me take my $26 drugs. That if I were uninsured would probably be hundreds of dollars. Let's see if I have a coughing fit tonight. Anyway, guys, that is it. That has nothing to do with bodybuilding or fitness or anything. But what I have learned about the people who watch these vlogs is that y'all are really down for whatever we got going on. Okay, just film my show wrap up. I do need to edit it just a little bit. Normally I know those are just like straight through videos where I just sit and talk with the camera. But I have a coughing attack in the middle of it. So I need to edit that out. But I am getting ready to train, so I'm not going to do that until this afternoon. It doesn't really matter because by the time y'all see this video, that wrap up's going to be posted several days ago. But I talk about it on the wrap up. I am doing Titans, so it's time to empty the tank. And I was looking for this charger. Sorry, I was looking for the charger for our Hypervolt. I found it. Anyway, it's time to empty the tank. It's the last qualification of the year. It's actually outside of the official qualifying year, but Jake Wood gave this show a special waiver or something to make it a 2024 qualifier. When if you look at the calendar of dates, it should actually be the first qualifier of 2025, but they're letting it be the last qualifier of 2024. The cutoff date's supposed to be September 15th. The show is September 21st, and they're letting it be a 2024 qualifier. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they made it a 25 and I could just compete. If I win, and then take an entire year off to build my back and come in with like a lights out Olympia 25 package. Instead, if I win this show, like I'll be 2 weeks out from the Olympia, and the package that I have is kind of the package that is going to happen. It's not really an opportunity to get a lot better for the Olympia. Because to be completely honest, I don't anticipate myself trying to make a run for the 2025 Olympia. I already talked about like, either making it to the Olympia or retiring. And I was kind of joking, but I was kind of serious. Like, kind of want to apply for the Arnold just because it might be one of my last chances to do the Arnold. But I'm not doing what I did this year where I'm like, I'm going to qualify. Like, maybe I'll do Chattanooga because I just love that show. And it's the week after the Olympia. I'll already be obviously in shape. But I also anticipate a lot of Olympians going to that show. So like the chances of me winning Chattanooga are kind of low. That's just my assumption. I did get third last year. Okay. But I mean, if I like randomly snag that first qualification of 2025, then I would do it. But I don't see myself like, okay, I'm going to do Chattanooga. Okay, then I'm going to do Ben Weider. And then I'm going to prep for Adele. I'm not going to do what I did this year. So anyway, I can't believe I'm doing this. I did not want to do this. I need you guys all to know. I was done. It's like, I'm not going to win this show. What's the point of competing? Like, and I know that sounds bad. What's the point of competing if you're not going to win? But like at this point, like I'm competing because I want to go to the Olympia, not because I like performing my routine that much. But a lot of people are like, you're so close, you're so close, you're so close. Just try again, just try again. And I know you shouldn't do it just because other people tell you to try again. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, Andrea, are you not doing it because you're being a brat? So we're going to do it. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday. I am hanging by a thread on The Voice, but we're getting there. I trained all morning long, but now I'm off the rest of the day. Headed to train with Ruben. So we have to get my deadlift numbers, and then I'm going to train back. And then I'm going to come back to Burn Boot Camp. Well, after I pick up Rain from school, come back to Burn Boot Camp because it's the cardio day here. So I'm going to be at 3 different gyms today, probably. I'm going to go to Self-Made to train back and deadlift. Then after I pick up Reagan, I'm going to come to Burn Boot Camp for cardio, like a 45-minute hit. And then after that, we're going to go to Powerhouse. I'm going to finish my cardio steady state. Anyway, in case you haven't figured out by the fact that I have to go to 3 different gyms today, we are 26 days out from Titans. I did not want to do it, but I'm also just so close, and seeing just like having so many people, not that you don't do this, and sorry if this is a repeat from my wrap up, is what it is. We don't do it for other people, but at the same time, it's just like there are people who believe so hard in me, like I have to do it. I want to prove them right. Like, I want to prove these people right. that are saying, you're so close. You are right there. The next one is yours. You can do this. And it's like, you know what? I can't do this. You're right. I can't do this. So I'm not going to tell myself, you know, Britt had mentioned it a while ago, a long time ago on her prep vlog, like when she was in Adela prep, like, I'm not going to give in to that. Oh, I'm so tired. You know, when people ask how you feel, oh, I'm so tired. Like, the more you say that stuff, the worse you're going to feel. I'm like, you know what? I'm done saying that. I'm done speaking that into fruition. Like, I'm going to start speaking life into this prep. It is my last prep for the year. I mean, if I win, I will have the Olympia, but I'm still going to consider this all the same prep. It's the victory lap. All of these people believe in me, so why am I like, oh, but, you know, like, especially my mom and Ruben, like, they're like, of course you have to do it. Like, you can do it. And just when you have people like that you care about that much, they care about you that much, that like sincerely believe in you, and I just can't help but feel like I know how it feels when I'm coaching or when I'm training and I have people with so much potential and they just cannot get themselves to believe in themselves enough to try. Just try. Like, it's like, I wish that you could see in you what I see in you. And that's just kind of where I'm at. It's like, Andrea, it's not even about, oh, how do you feel? I'm like, of course you're tired. But I also know myself. And I've even said it out loud. This isn't even a secret or some discovery I've made. Also, the reason I didn't want to do it was because I was like, I don't think I can win. It's like, just try. Believe that you can and put in the effort that matches that belief. I saw a quote, and I can't remember it off the top of my head now, but I'll put it like on the screen somewhere. That basically is like, and I've talked about this on my my Olympia prep vlog a long time ago. It's like, when you start believing something can be true for you, then you start behaving in a way that aligns with that. And then guess what? That thing comes true for you. So anyway, Ruben is digging hard for me. Like, he's dropping the hammer on me. He said he wants me to be 123 for this show. That is 5 pounds less than I was at Arizona. 5 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're already lean, 5 pounds is a lot. It's going to take a lot of mental toughness that I believe that I have. I like to pride myself on my mental toughness, but sometimes I've gotten into this bodybuilding prep and I've thought to myself, like, do you have mental toughness, or have you just not really fully challenged yourself in a way that makes you really be mentally tough? So we're gonna do it. I just want to know that I'm doing this to top myself and to have people who are nearby, who are local, maybe want to come. There's already a couple that goes to the gym at Powerhouse that we've like connected with, just at Powerhouse. We just see them all the time at Powerhouse. We've chatted with them a few times. They used to be in bodybuilding like as competitors, but now they're just like kind of fans. And I ran into them at the gym and they're like, oh my gosh, if you're gonna do Anaheim, we're gonna come watch. We would love to come watch. We haven't been to a bodybuilding show all year long. And it's just like, that's cool. Like, I think it will be really fun to have a crowd. And again, tickets for finals are always like, you know, $100, so I don't expect everybody to come. I barely even expect people to buy live streams. There won't be a live stream for the show. But it's like, if there are people who sincerely want to be there, I think it would be really fun for me, instead of being like, no, like, it's okay, don't make a big deal. Like, if people want to make a big deal out of me, for me, then great. I actually think I would really enjoy that. So we're doing it. I cannot believe we're doing it. Also, I'm almost out of water, and this gym is so shady. They don't have a water fountain because they want you to buy their bottled water. So I'm gonna stop at the gas station and at least get ice, and then I'm gonna get a bottled water, gonna deadlift, and do all of the things. I can't believe we're doing this. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. I just took my inhaler, which I realized yesterday, I thought I was having cardio struggles. This is what y'all are gonna need. I'm freezing. 65, 64 degrees outside. I'm not kidding. When I walked outside, I said, it's time to start wearing my fleece lined leggings again. Like, that's one thing. I love the summer, but one thing I'm looking forward to about the fall, and this is like stupid, is not having to turn on the air in the gym. So I'm like, yes, once it cools down, I don't have to turn on that air. Gosh, people are like, it's so hot in here. I'm like, it's 69 degrees. It's not hot in here. Please, for the love of God, stop complaining. Yes, including those of you who watch this video. Like, it's always so cold in that gym. And I joked with them because I was like, during athlete games, I said, did y'all think it was hot in the gym during athlete games when I was competing? And they're like, yes. I said, oh, that's funny because I was literally doing the workouts and I wasn't sweating. And then I was like, I'm starting to think maybe I'm the problem. I actually know that I'm the problem. I rarely sweat. I'm always cold. And I hate being hot. So I actually am the problem. But I just make them think that they're the problem. Okay. I did not go back to Burn Boot Camp to do cardio yesterday. That's what I was talking about, or that's what I was getting at. I took my inhaler, and what I realized yesterday while I was training, because I've never used an inhaler before, and I'm also a natural athlete, which I'll explain to you why that matters. I've never used albuterol before. And my heart rate was out of control. For those who are not in bodybuilding, you're probably wondering, like, what does that have to do with being a natural athlete? It's because because I'm pretty sure, like, clenbuterol is, like, similar acting in that it, like, makes your heart race. I think it has something to do with, I don't know what it does. Anyway, I took that inhaler and I was training and I'm like, oh my gosh, why can't I catch my breath? I thought this inhaler was supposed to help me. It helped this part of my breathing, but it made my heart rate go up like crazy. So anyway, all that to say, I was like, I'm not going to boot camp. I can't breathe. Or like, not that I couldn't breathe, but I was like, I'm not doing this. So I just went to Powerhouse. And did all of my cardio there. I did Stairmaster for most of it, 40 minutes, and then I did the treadmill. Walked on an incline for 20. Spent like 5 minutes doing handstands, and then I left. So anyway, I don't know. I have nothing to talk about today, actually. So I'm gonna sit here with my heater in my car on blast, and if I think of anything important, I'll tell you. Otherwise, I'll check you guys probably after I drop off Reagan. Oh, here's something to add. Has nothing to do with anything important, but I don't have Core Power Vanilla Protein Shake right now. So I made my latte with almond milk with like a splash of half and half because I hate how thin almond milk is. Like, it makes me ill. Anyway, the half and half didn't help. I don't like almond milk. I'm wrong. I know that I'm wrong about this, but I'm going to state my opinion like it's a fact. I believe that people who say that they like almond milk only say that because they have some sort of mental barrier that stops them from drinking regular milk. Meaning, or physical. Ruben's lactose intolerant. He cannot drink regular milk. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to drink almond milk. Like, he likes almond milk. He likes almond milk. But I mean, people who are not lactose intolerant or like actively vegan, I believe if they say they like almond milk, they're just liars. And they just are afraid to drink regular milk because they think it's too fattening or something like that. Like, I think it's just a trend because almond milk is disgusting. There's absolutely no way that people like this more than they like regular milk. And And like I said, I obviously understand that that's my opinion, and I'm positive that that's an incorrect opinion. I'm sure there are people who like almond milk, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. This latte is okay because it's lavender. But I wish I had my core power protein shake. Good morning, everybody. 19 minutes, sorry. I have the storage countdown telling me I only have 19 minutes of storage left. That just means there's probably my last YouTube video I never actually deleted after I uploaded it to YouTube. Anywho, I remember what I wanted to talk to you guys about on the last vlog, which it's dead and gone. It's old news. However, I do still want to talk about it. So the Muscle Insider and their predictions. Okay. Now, first of all, I don't even know who writes these predictions. It's probably some peon who brings coffee to the office. I don't even know if Muscle Insider has has an office, or if everybody works from home. Anyway, so they do predictions every show. I don't know if it's like every show, but it's every big show. I don't know. So for Vancouver, they did predictions. They predicted Tam, and then they never really say who they think is going to get second and third, but they do say who else they think will be in the top 3. So they were like, oh, we think she's going to win because she had, she got 6th at her last Olympia, blah, 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 blah. But then they're like, oh, but Abby Bolton, she just got 4th at the UK Arnold, so she'll probably be in the top 3. Oh, and then this person. So anyway, they didn't put me in the top 3 at Van. I was a little irritated, but I was like, whatever. Even though in my mind I was thinking, well, the last time I competed against Abby, I beat her. So I think it's weird that you would say she's going to be in the top 3, but not me. But I also was just like, she just got 4th at the Arnold, so whatever. Fast forward, I obviously get second. For this show, they do their predictions. They predict Stephanie. And then they're like, yeah, but Janine just got 4th at Tampa. And Erika has been, I forget exactly what they said about Erika. Well, don't be surprised if she's in the top 3 as well. And I'm thinking, you don't have me in the top 3 again. Yes, Janine just got 4th at Tampa, and Erika just got 5th at Tampa. I just got 2nd at Van. And also, the last time I competed against Stephanie and Erika, I beat them both. Why are you not putting me in your top 3? This is now the 2nd show in a row that you didn't put me in the top 3. Then I got 2nd place. And this one, I damn near won. I did not win. I still lost. They were still correct about Stephanie, and they were still correct about Tam. But put some respect on my name, Muscle Insider. I've not been outside of the top 4 since my last Olympia. Why are you not putting me in these top 3 predictions? Does it matter? Absolutely not. Who is Muscle Insider? It doesn't matter. But it's still irritating because I've talked about, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get a cough drop out of this package, but I'm only using one hand. I'm supposed to get off this exit. I'm so sorry. Will you move so I can get over? Sorry. These people don't see my blinker. Anyway, it doesn't actually matter, but it's still irritating because I've talked about this. What's irritating about it is that, yes, Muscle Insider doesn't matter, but I talked about it on my last series, when I was prepping late 2023. I was like, I feel like when people see my name on the list, they're not they don't care. They're not concerned at all. And not that I think people should be concerned, but kind of. When I saw Tam on the list for Van, I was concerned. When I saw Stephanie on the list for Arizona, I was concerned because I knew these were people that were going to potentially stand in my way of getting an Olympia qualification, and they did. And I just feel like I already had that feeling. I just don't feel like people even think that I'm good or think that I'm a threat. And then it's Muscle Insider kind of confirmed that I can literally be ranking and not, still they don't care. And then, you know what? This now pulls me back to what I said about, and I know y'all are going to be like, wow, really, Andrea? It's not about that. But I also just want to give you a moment inside a black woman's head. In my mind, I'm still see, here I am, a black woman, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. And I'm still not good enough for them to put me in their top 3 for Van. Then I get another second, and I'm still not good enough for them to put me in their top 2 or in their top 3 for Arizona. Like, yes, I do notice, and yes, I do feel like here I am, of course, a black woman outperforming all these people and still not getting the recognition. So anyway, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter because Muscle Insider's not the judges. So they can predict me last place. I don't really care. So at Costco with Reagan, I came here to get chicken nuggets and egg whites. So far, we're okay. Did you know that Kirkland makes those? I think we all usually talk about the Bear ones. Kirkland has a brand now too. And then I did get her the Archer Farms like meat sticks because she likes those. And your girl loves carbs, so I'm always trying to find a way to get her more protein. But my main thing that I was just laughing at, and her sample buffet. Oh, she wants a sample at every stop. Good morning, everybody. What day is it? Thursday. Headed to the gym pretty early, so I trained this morning. I'm going to try to get a burn on demand workout done before, like a quick camp, 25-minute camp. Because Thursdays I train all day. I'm at the gym all day. So obviously I have my little break in between where I can go do something. But I like to rest during that. I don't want to have to be at the gym for my entire break, especially because I got to go get Reagan. And then by the time I get Reagan, go home, feed her, like it's time to go back to the gym. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to knock out part of my cardio right now so that as soon as I'm done training, I can knock out the rest and come home and eat and recover. Rest, whatever. 134 this morning, which is good because that's my normal weight. Like that's how much I weigh. I think like that's how much I've been weighing right before peak week for my last 2 shows. That's how much I weighed like pretty much my entire time in between these shows. So now is where it gets exciting because now that the weight has stabilized, realistically, we're gonna lose what 3 to 4 pounds during peak week of just straight water. So I'd say the goal is to get to 127, 128 before peak week because Ruben said he wants me on stage at 123. So that's still 7 pounds. That's still a lot of weight. Like I have some weight to lose. I was originally for some reason thinking like, okay, we got 5 pounds to lose. No, we got more than 5 pounds. So we're going to dig. I have a plan. It's the same plan that it was before, except I'm going to follow it this time. Let's see what happens when I follow it. And here's what's going to be really funny and also slightly embarrassing is when y'all see what happens during these 4 weeks, now 3 weeks, of me following this plan, you're going to wonder, Andrea, what happened between Vancouver and Arizona? Because I was following it 89% of the time. But there was time that I wasn't following it. It's not like if I wasn't following it, I was 1% off. Like I had some bad days and I talked about some of those days and some of them were just like, I didn't talk about because I just didn't need to talk about it every single day. But I mean, y'all watched the vlog. Y'all saw how many times I said, I had a perfect prep day today. It wasn't that many. And not that I didn't even report every perfect prep day, but I reported more of them than I didn't, which I only reported like 3 or 4 perfect prep days. So all that to say is it is the same plan from Vancouver to Arizona, which I did see improvements, obviously, but I expect to see a lot more improvement in this shorter period of time. And it's going to be like, oh shoot, I could have had this improvement a long time ago if I would have been following this plan. So it is what it is. You don't get time back. Shoot, why did I go this way? I always forget when I come to work at this time of the morning that there's traffic because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So I never account for that. So when I come to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, and even when I come to the gym at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's not really traffic. I just got to remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All that to say is I just might not be able to get my workout in, just depending on how long this takes. Anywho, we have the plan. The calories are low. I chatted with Karina. I didn't tell her yet that I'm doing this show, just because I don't know, I just wanted to wait until YouTube came out to say it. So obviously by the time when this comes out, Karina, hi. I'm probably gonna tell her. Me and Karina are like friends. So anyway, Karina's like, Jody is trying to kill me. This is the lowest my calories have ever been. And retweet, Karina. We can do it. We can do it. What I'm really excited about for this show is that I don't think there's a walkaway winner. I think that as much as I wanted to be very optimistic about Vancouver and Arizona, I think looking at the lineup, it was like, okay, Tamara's going to win. Tamara, I still don't know her name. Stephanie's going to win. Now, obviously, I got second at both of those shows. In Arizona, I got second only by 1 point. So it's not like I thought it would be impossible for me to win. But I knew these are the anticipated winners, and it's going to be hard to beat them. I feel like for Anaheim, there's a lot of people who could win. Obviously, Taylor is doing this show, so she's going to win the routine round in a unanimous decision. But the thing is, and this is like ultimately what made me decide to do this show, is that the lineup is big enough, and I talked about this on my show wrap-up, I think. The lineup is big enough that winning the routine round is not an automatic win. When there's 5 or less, you could literally get dead last in physique and still win if you win routine. But there's 7, maybe up to 9, depending on some names that we haven't actually heard say they're doing it, but we expect to do. Arika hasn't posted that she's doing the show, but she's done the last 2 shows. She's still in prep. She'll probably do this one. She'll probably do Legion, right? So there's like a couple names that we think are in prep that might do the show, that might not. So anyway, I think it's like 7 definitely doing the show, up to 9 maybe doing the show. So all that to say is that the physiques are going to matter in this show, which means Taylor is not a walkaway win here. Which again, ultimately is the reason that I decided to do this show. In fact, Taylor was the one that sent me the lineup, and she's like, Andrea, I don't think that I win this as easy as you think that I do. Like, you need to do the show, which I love that about Taylor. Anyway, I know I already talked about it, so I'm not going to go into it again. And I looked at it and I'm like, well, actually, you're right. But so anyway, what I was saying is that when I look at the lineup, I'm like, really, I don't think any of us on this lineup are walkaway wins. Now, of course, as usual, I'm going to bet on myself and say that I feel like I am the person to beat here besides Taylor. But definitely not sleeping on Karina, because one, Karina switched coaches. I feel like everybody who switches to Jody. Jody ain't messing around. Karina has actually always had a really good physique. I remember Karina's first pro season. Was that 2020, the year Chicago was in Atlanta? Her like first call out at Chicago Pro. And she's always had a tight physique, just a petite person, not majorly muscular, always peeled though. So again, just depends on what the judges are looking for. Like, is conditioning going to matter more to them? Is shape going to matter more to them? Is muscularity going to matter more to them? Annalise Varga, insane shape. Again, not majorly muscular, pretty peeled, not as peeled as Karina, but definitely very good conditioning. First call out at Chicago Pro last year. Then there's me. I think I have a pretty good shape. I'm like moderate in all of them, probably out of all 3, muscularity, shape, conditioning. I'd say muscularity is like my lowest one. However, I'm still more muscular than some of the other people on stage, right? I'm pretty conditioned. I'm not peeled, but I'm still more conditioned than some of those other people on stage. So it's like, for me, I feel like none of them are really my major strong suit, but I have a pretty good ranking, I guess, on all 3 of them, that I'm going to be better than someone at it, right? Like, I'm going to have a better shape than some people, half the people, I'll say. I'm going to have better conditioning than half the people. I'm going to have better muscularity than half the people. So it's like, Annalise is going to look really good. Karina's going to look really good. I'm going to look really good. Who else? Anya hasn't competed since to Arnold. She's very muscular. She doesn't really come in super tight, but she's very muscular. Jenny Worth is peeled. They kind of go back and forth on how they feel about her, though. So the physiques could be anything. Annalise has pretty good routine. To be honest, I no shade to anybody. The only 2 routines that I'm like, this person, obviously Taylor's going to beat me in routine, but to be like, keep it a buck, Karina's the only other person that I think could win the show besides me or Taylor. I think Annalise is gonna have a good chance of winning the physique round. I just think that me, Karina, and Taylor are all gonna like do too much in the routine. So that's my predictions. I guess my unofficial. I wasn't planning to get into predictions, but here we are. Oh, I was saying that because I was like, oh, I didn't tell Karina I'm doing this show. But ultimately, like I said, that is why I'm doing this show, is because I really don't think it's a walkaway win for anyone, which I hate, but I also love. It's a lot more exciting when there's like anticipation and excitement, and it's a good lineup of talented people. So anyway, all that to say, I know Karina's digging. She's never had a pro win, and she's gotten very close. She got second at Arizona last year. And she's coming off of an injury. I know Taylor's working hard because she feels like she has a little bit to prove, because people don't think that she deserved second place at the Olympia last year. So I'm like, you got to dig, Andrea. Like, no more bullshit. No more, oh, well, it's okay. Like, no more. Because if I want to win the show, I'm going to have to work hard. I am not going to get it by giving 80%. Like, I am absolutely not going to win this show on 80%. So that being said, I can't believe we're going to run this shit. Anyway, tomorrow I have check-ins. That's going to be the end of this video because I have 41 minutes of storage left, and this video is already longer than that. So that's pretty much, unless there's something else that I feel like I have to talk about that I just cannot save until my next video. I'm just going to have my check-ins in the morning, how I feel about my check-ins, and then I'm going to cut the show. But anyway, let's run it. It's check-in morning. I don't really have a lot to say about check-ins, and I just want to go inside because I'm hungry. So I'm going to make this fast. Check-ins were fine. I mean, I don't know. They look how I thought they would look. Legs look good. Back looks pretty good. Yesterday was really my first day of prep. Like, this week I've been still trying to get in. I said at the very beginning of this video, I'm not doing Anaheim. I can't be convinced. Even after I committed to doing it, I wasn't convinced. I think yesterday I finally decided, look, lady, you don't have to be excited about it. You don't have to be motivated. You don't have to, you've committed to doing it. So now you're going to do it 100%. So yesterday was my first day. It was a perfect prep day. And y'all, I am going to stack 3 weeks of perfect prep days. I've never done that in my life. That's okay. A baby's never walked until they've walked. So that's the only way that I'm going to have a chance to win this show, is if I stack my entire rest of my prep of perfect days. So I'm excited about the challenge of that. Ruben's excited about the challenge of that. He's in the thick of Olympia prep. So we're just digging through this together. I start my period probably tomorrow is what my app says. So considering that, I'm even happier with my check-ins, because my side photos, I was like, what's going on in that midsection? Even though it looked okay, but it looked like I'm going to start my period tomorrow. So anyway, that's it. Again, this video is long. I don't have a lot of meaningful stuff to add. Anything else I need to add, we'll go in next week's video. But we're 3 weeks out. Anybody who's local, you want to come watch Titans, it's in Anaheim. Tickets are cheap. $50 prejudging, $55 finals, which is literally like half the price of Arizona. So if you are a local person, I know some of you have already asked me, if y'all want to come watch, you can. I'm going to say this right now, kind of alluding back to my athlete games. This will not be like athlete games where I'm like, oh, everyone's going to want attention from me, but I'm not giving them attention. If you want to come watch me, I love that for you, but I will not be out hugging people. That's one thing I struggle with a lot on show day, is everyone needing attention. I'm like, you guys, please just let me get through my show. I can't send 20 different people updates. I don't even, to be honest, this is going to sound really selfish, I'm sure. I don't even like getting good luck messages on my show day. I don't want my phone blowing up. Now listen, I live on Do Not Disturb. But so that to say, if you are a local person planning to come to the show, I would love that and I would appreciate that. And we can take photos after the show, but I don't want to plan dinner together. I will for sure not be meeting before the show. I have to be able to focus, because I never did a Burn Athlete Games wrap up, but I do think that now I did fine at Athlete Games, but I think I would have done 1%, 2%, 5% better at Athlete Games if I would have been able to have my ideal situation, headspace, which is solitude. Me and Ruben, being able to focus, but instead I'm talking with people and this and that and then cheering for my other trainers, which I wanted to do, but then I'm trying to watch Jackie, but I'm trying to rest, and then I want to get out to watch Sammy, but I'm still my legs are recovered. Like, I wasn't able to actually focus on myself fully as a competitor. And so I just anticipate, like, if a bunch of people from Temecula come up to the show, it might be a lot more of that, like people wanting to love on me, which I love and I appreciate, but I'm just letting you guys know right now, like, that's not how it's going to be at a bodybuilding show. So anyway, I'll put my check-ins next, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you guys. This has been a lot of fun. We are coming to the end. Although we've come. Am I Aurelia now? Am I a singer? Am I on Broadway? Okay, I'll see you later.